Hey guys, how's it going? Stevie G here. This is my first episode of Rank of Records. I explained it in my intro video. Basically, I'm just going to pick favorite artists of mine, go through their whole discography, and rank albums. I thought a good artist to start off with would be one of the best alternative rock bands of all time, Nirvana. They don't have a big discography, my bad. They only have 3 studio albums, but I did add their B-side album and their famous MTV Unplugged record into my rankings. I think it makes sense because their B-side album, Incesticide, is really popular, and their MTV Unplugged album is regarded as one of the best albums of all time. So, yeah, I'll jump right into it. It's only 5 records. I'll rank them. I'll give you guys some notable tracks that I think you guys should totally check out from each record. Yeah, let's get started. So at number 5, we have the very famous MTV Unplugged. I know it's ranked 5 of just on my favorite albums by Nirvana, but it would be maybe 2 or 1 with vinyl. This album translates great to vinyl. The vinyl version is amazing. I want to make that absolutely clear. The vinyl version of MTV Unplugged, totally recommend buying it. But it's at number 5 because it's a lot of rehashes, obviously, of their other music. They have a couple covers in there and everything. But I mean, they're very good versions. They're definitely still worth checking out. Just because it's at the bottom of number 5 does not mean I dislike this album. Like I said before, this album is great. It's a lot, mostly acoustic covers of their own music and of some other ones. But yeah, it's totally worth to check out. Watching on YouTube is fantastic. You really got to see the great musicianship behind Nirvana, I feel like. Because when on the stage, they're mostly screwing around. But at this performance, they really honed their musicianship and they made beautiful music, honestly. Some notable tracks I think you guys should totally check out is Lake of Fire, The Man Who Sold the World, that is my favorite song on the record. Something in the Way, and Come As You Are. I understand, some of those are on different records, but I think their versions, specifically on the MTV Unplugged, are fantastic. All right, moving right along. Number 4 is their B-side album, Incesticide. Like I said, it's famous, and a lot of people do like the album, but I don't think so many people know about it. It is a really great album, though. I think it's really underrated. Some of the songs on there I have them on repeat. They're just great songs. I really felt like could have made one of their albums, but maybe they didn't because maybe we should have been dragged out. Usually, I like to regard this as their third actual album because this came out in between Nevermind and In Utero. I really enjoyed this record. I think it's really, really good. Yeah. So for me, the notable tracks on this is Sliver, Hairspray Queen, Downer, and Ben a Sun. All 4 are great tracks. I would say, I don't know, it goes between the first 2 for me, for my favorite on this album, Sliver and Hairspray Queen. Hairspray Queen is kind of a jokey song. It's really funny. I totally recommend it. You're going to laugh when you hear Kurt Cobain sing on that song. I probably would just give it to Sliver, even though it's a little repetitive. It is still a really, really good track. Very catchy. It's a little fun, easy song to quickly pick up a guitar, bass, or drum set and learn it. It's a lot of fun. All right, moving on to number 3. Number 3, I have as my third favorite album by Nirvana, In Utero. In Utero was Nirvana's 3rd official studio album. It was a really good record. It's regarded as their 2nd most popular release, behind obviously Nevermind, or maybe the MTV Unplugged. They're kind of close. But in Utero, they kind of took on more of a serious kind of approach. It was, released closer to Kurt Cobain's very tragic death. But but yeah, it did take a little bit even more of a serious approach than their earlier stuff. But all these songs are still like amazing. They still got a lot of energy behind them, and yeah. Uh, Notable songs for me on here is All Apologies, Rape Me, Heart Shaped Box, and Dumb. My favorite out of these is definitely All Apologies. I love the guitar riff. I can listen to it on loop forever, and it just would resonate with me still. I love the outro with those like creepy chorus that Kurt Cobain was singing on it. It's just an amazing song. But all these other ones are pretty good. Rape Me touches, it's a very sensitive topic, but I think it's great that Kurt Cobain addresses that, harassment and worse. Heart Shaped Box is really good. I really like the solo on that song. It's very easy, but it's like really cool. Dumb's also a good song. I like the tone down this, and then when it gets nuts. So yeah, moving on to number two, is their second studio album, Nevermind. Nevermind's a great album. It's also regarded as one of the best albums of all time, and I can attest to it. I think it is just there's no skips on it. There's no skips really on any of these, but there's really no skips on Nevermind. Every song is like amazing. Um, it's just really a start to finish, just really complete sound. Um, I know Kurt and the band kind of hate some of these songs on here because they have to play them so much, but people liked it, so what's wrong with that? Um, so yes, I have some notable songs here. I think one was Plainly Obvious. It's on here. Smells Like Teen Spirit's Plainly Obvious. And then I went into some of the deeper ones, like Drain You, Polly, and Stay Away. Um, Actually, I'm gonna have a honorable mention. Lounge Act, great song. And then my last one on here was Lithium. Great songs. Like, there's just amazing. I mean, I love the guitar tone on this album too, for both clean and distortion. Like, and the great use of the effects of like the chorus and delay effects is just great. It's a very complete and great alternative rock album. So, number one, I bet most of you guys weren't expecting this to be my favorite Nirvana record. Yes, it is their very first release, Bleach. I think Bleach is just it's just a great, I don't know, it's my favorite album. I know it's not their best release, like objectively, but it is, and I understand Dave Grohl is a much better drummer than Chad Channing. I agree with that. But I do like Bleach the best. I think it's because of the song solely. It's obviously not because of the drumming specifically. I like the raw energy of the record, and you can tell there's slight mistakes that are still on it that I think make it imperfectly perfect, if that makes sense. Yeah, I just really, really love this record. Every song on here, like, makes me want to bang my head. I love the influences between indie rock and metal. It's like a good combination. I love the fuzz effects on this album, and I could basically like no, I know the lyrics to almost every song on this record. Like, I could just sing it along with the song. So yeah, my notable songs on Bleach is Blue, Floyd the Barber, About a Girl, and Negative Creep. I probably would say my favorite of those is their album opener, Blue. I love the bass line. I love the lyrics. I love the guitar solo a lot. I think that's the best Nirvana guitar solo. It was the very first song you'll ever hear from them if in the late 80s put on Bleach. Blue is just a great, like, intro song. I think anyone that, hasn't actually heard Nirvana, which I know is hard to believe, but I bet there's a few people out there who have not. If you told me 3 songs to show them, I probably would show them Smells Like Teen Spirit. You have to show them Smells Like Teen Spirit. The second one would probably be Heart Shaped Box, and Blue would be my third. I would totally show them. But yeah, this is it. This is my this is my ranking of the records of Nirvana. Nirvana is a great band. I've been listening to them since I was very little. They inspired me a lot. They One of the reasons why I wanted to pick up music in the first place. And I really, alternative rock's my favorite genre. And they gave me a style of it that's just, they're a short-lived band, and they're gonna live in our hearts forever, with their music. It's amazing. Um, yeah, that's all I got to say. Those are my ranking records of Nirvana. If you liked this video, please give a like and subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next one. Keep it cool.